It's the weekly show about pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I have a special guest joining me as my co-host today. So everyone make sure to give a warm welcome to Miss Emily Dean. She is our Director of Marketing here at the rAVe Agency. Emily, how are you?
I'm doing well, Steph. Happy to join you once again on rAVe TV.
Of course. I'm happy that you joined too because, occasionally something comes up, Gary can't join or I can't join, but neither of us particularly like hosting by ourselves.
No.
So it's lovely to get you to step in, and you need to practice because I hope you were doing some interviews at InfoComm this time. So we needed to just get you prepped, get you primed to get ready to get back in front of the camera at InfoComm.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm happy to be here, happy to go through some of the week's news and talk about some fun things that we have planned coming up for InfoComm. But you were talking,
Yeah.
when we were online, you were talking about a movie that you saw last night.
Yeah, I did. Do you want to tell you about? Okay, so you have never you were someone who like lives under a rock to me.
Yeah.
I will be like, oh, have you heard of this thing? And you're like, no. So I went and saw Challengers, which it is like taking Twitter over right now. Like everyone is talking about this movie. It's directed by the same director who did Call Me by Your Name a few years ago with like Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
And so this is about like it's like a drama and kind of like not thriller, it's like a psychological kind of situation. And it's all about tennis, where this girl, she was going to be a star, she was going to go pro, but then she got hurt. And so then she starts coaching the guy who eventually becomes her husband. And it's all like he was good, but he had an injury and now he's not good, and he's about to play his rival. So there's just like a lot in play, but I thought it was good. It was like a lot going on. It kind of like there's not a reliable narrator, so you don't really ever know who is telling the truth about what.
Yeah.
And by the end, there's like not a clear like enemy. Like there was like who was the bad person of the movie. You kind of feel like they all were.
Interesting.
So
I'll have to check that out and watch that.
I also feel like the person who did, like, I think it was two guys who did the music and the scoring for it, and it was insane. It was either like deep house dance music or it was like orchestral, like choir music. Both of these were incorporated into the score at very random times. So yeah, just watch it and let me know what you think of the music in particular.
I will. I'll do that.
Have you seen anything lately? Anything interesting?
No.
Okay, great.
I cannot contribute to this conversation. I just like hearing it from you.
Okay, great. So let's talk about InfoComm because you can contribute to that. You can actually contribute a lot. So first of all, reminder, if you have not gotten your pass for InfoComm yet, it's going to be in Las Vegas, the show floor and all of the booths, all of that. That is June 12th through 14th. Use the code rAVE when you are registering, and that gets you your free pass onto the show floor. Then all you have to worry about is, of course, your lodging and your flight, but at least you don't have to pay the, $300 or whatever it is for your show floor pass. So definitely go. This is going to be an incredible InfoComm, and we are excited to be able to contribute to that. So as you guys know, we are going to have a booth this year. We're going to be right outside of the West Hall. So you will see us in the West Hall lobby. I mean, you will have no choice basically but to see us. And we are going to be playing the game again. And the game is we are bringing back What the Duck. We had such good feedback from last year. You guys loved it so much that we are bringing it back. And so here's the schedule. So go ahead and screenshot that if you want to make sure to come and play at those times. We're doing it at different people's booths again. And then, of course, we are doing it a few times at the rAVe booth as well. So, Emily, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So as you can see, the schedule, we're playing in our booth, we're playing in the LG booth, we're playing at the Lightwear booth, and then we're back at our booth. That's going to happen the first day and the second day, so Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we'll be at our booth, starting at, I think I put 10, maybe, I can't remember, 10, 12, and 2, or until all of our prizes are gone. Speaking of prizes, we're going to have our t-shirts like we always have. We're bringing 5,000 this year, so inching back up, a few more than last year.
Oh yeah, here's what they look like.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So
I think these are
the design is so cool.
Yeah, I like it. So we're gonna bring those. Stop by the booth in L2, like Steph said. It's outside of the West Hall, right near one of the main entrances. You can only get your t-shirt at our booth, so you have to come to our booth, get your t-shirt, and then you can go check out all of what the West Hall has to offer. And then for the prizes, we are going to be giving away ducks, as the game insinuates. What the duck? This year we have over 3,000 ducks. So
we've been getting some interesting packages delivered to the rAVe office.
Yes, so we ran out of ducks last year. I think we'll run out again this year, but hopefully not as soon. So everyone who plays the game will receive a duck of some sort. And then we have our other prizes. We have AirPod Pros. We have gift cards, Amazon gift cards, Starbucks gift cards. We put together a little wellness kit because we know how challenging InfoComm can be on some of us. So it's just a little kit with like a cold pack, some liquid IV, Advil, hand sanitizer. We have more Funkos this year than we did the last year as well, because those are a big hit. And then we have a couple other, we'll have some mystery prizes. So if you come play the game, you can make a deal with the Duck of Chance and see what mystery prize you get. And then I know I'm forgetting a couple, but I think that kind of gets the gist of it, of what we're really excited to bring this back. Like you said, we got a lot of great feedback. So I'm excited to see everyone in less than a month and play What the Duck.
Yeah, this is going to be so much fun. And I'm so glad that we are playing this again. I'm so glad this is kind of our game. Plinko had its day in the sun, but I'm glad we're not doing it anymore. And I'm really glad that we're not bringing back Giant Jenga, because that, like, I don't know that, like, I don't know how to describe, like, how bad of, like, PTSD I have when I hear blocks falling. Because that was so rough. It was fun, but like we would have to like set it up every time. So we'd have to like when it would fall down, like quickly set it back up. Like that was just so much work. But anyway,
we did our workout that year. But
that was good. That was my first InfoComm that we did that. I was like, is this what this is like? Exactly. But anyway, so speaking of Avixa Women's Council has groups all over, but the New York City group is hosting a happy hour on May 28th. So if any of you are in that area, feel free to go. It is from 6 to 8:30 p.m. and it is at American Whiskey Midtown. And so this is an opportunity for AV Tweeps to chat, to meet each other with like-minded women, with allies. And this is kind of with the intent of reigniting the New York City leg of the Women's Council. So definitely go. Drinks and mocktails are provided. So even if you do not drink, like, you are still welcome. And you don't have to be a member to attend the free event. You can just be someone who's interested in learning more about AV and maybe getting involved. And you also do not have to be a woman. So all genders are welcome. So definitely go and check it out. If I was living in that area, I would definitely go. So I just wanted to shout that out. So we are very lucky here on rAVe TV to have 3 very amazing sponsors and partners who have pretty much been with us since we started this 3 years ago. And one of them is Aver. So Aver received 2 2024 Unified Communications Product of the Year awards, and they want us to let you know. So those products that won those awards were the Cam 520 Pro 3 and the VB 350. Of course, you can scan the QR code to learn a little bit more about why those 2 cameras, why the camera and the bar won both of those awards. And yeah, we're very, very proud to have them as our sponsor and partner on rAVe TV. They've been very, very great to us. And they're also going to be an InfoComm, so make sure to come and check them out. They will bring both of those products to the show floor. So Emily, I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of a trade show called AWE?
I feel like I should answer no, but I have, only because I've been keeping up with the launch code news. And so Megan has done a really great job of helping promote this upcoming show. It's going to happen in Long Beach in California sometime in June. I don't know the exact dates, but she has been helping promote the show. And I think either she or someone from our team is going to cover it on launch code. And so
I think it's Gary himself.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah, so Gary's gonna go cover it for launch code and rAVe, and I'm excited to learn a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so she asked me about this, and I said I have no idea what that is, because this is a little bit out of what my coverage typically is, or the shows that I hear about and I cover. So she and I recorded an interview where she talks a little bit about what this show is and why some of you should care and attend in the future. So check out this next interview.
Hi, everyone. I am quickly taking over a segment of rAVe TV. I know continuity issues. This is for sure not live because I'm wearing different clothes. But we just wanted to record this. I wanted to invite Megan A. Dutta on. Everyone welcome her. Hi, Megan. How are you?
Hi, Steph. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. Thanks for being on. So I wanted to talk to you because, first of all, it's like InfoComm season. We're all super focused on Vegas. InfoComm is, of course, June 12th through 14th. So we're all kind of putting a ton of our energy into that.
Can I give a quick plug for a new event that we have coming up for InfoComm?
Oh my God, yeah.
So on June 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we are doing ET Insights live, an InfoComm preview. We're going to have all these cool guests on. Jeffrey, who hosts ET Insights, is going to talk to everybody about things like AI and how that's going to impact the industry and what we'll see on the show floor, immersive experiences, all of that good stuff. So be sure to head to launch.com and register for that event.
Perfect. We will also make sure that we put that link into the QR code so that people can like scan that and go right there. But I also wanted to talk to you because there is another show right after InfoComm that it's a little different. It's not so much in my wheelhouse, but it's very much in the launch code wheelhouse, which is, of course, rAVe Pub's our sister publication, the one that you work on every day. So tell me about this event, this trade show, because I had never heard of it before you told me about it, and I'm so interested to learn more.
So this is a really cool show. It's called Augmented World Expo, or AWE, and the version in the US is every year in June. It's usually right around InfoComm time. This year it's going to be June 18th through 20th in Long Beach, California. It's the first time the show is going to Long Beach. It typically had been in the Bay Area, but it's moving. It outgrew its old home. They're going to have, I think they're expecting 6,000 attendees, 300 exhibitors, and it's everyone from people we know in Pro AV, like Sony's going to be there. You'll see them. The Kronos Group, I don't know if you're familiar with them. We've talked to them a bunch. They'll be there. And then companies like Meta, Lenovo will be there. All these companies that are working on anything in augmented reality kind of world, and also a little bit of AI thrown in.
That's awesome. This is very different. What kind of different products do you think you'll see there versus what we see typically at InfoComm? Because we have a few like AI incorporated products that we talk about and see at InfoComm, but what is different about this show?
I think what you're going to see here is more of kind of what the future of Pro AV is going to look like, and the things we're seeing at the show today are going to be at InfoComm, specifically for the workplace, I think, in the next few years. Obviously they're focused a lot on the Apple Vision Pro glasses. They even have like full sessions about that, competitions about that. They're focused on immersive experiences, which obviously we already see every day in Pro AV, but more implementing newer technologies. Like we're just kind of starting to get involved, I think, in the mobile part of it. You'll see more of those like mobile integrated experiences, integrating AR, VR, MR, all the realities into our current products. We'll see it in the workplace, I think, in terms of being sorry, I got distracted. We'll see it in the work. We'll see it in the workplace in terms of, how are we connecting from people in the office? Like you're typically in the office, whereas I am remote. And there's different ways we can connect using this technology. We're going to see it in healthcare a lot. I think we've already kind of seen, I don't know if you remember, I know we've talked about this before, when NASA kind of beamed a surgeon into the space station. And they thought, they were visiting with the physician. I think the more and more AV technology grows, we're going to be taking on all of these things that we're going to see at this show.
Okay. What is the typical audience makeup for this show? Do you know? Because I know it's like heavily integrators and some end users who attend InfoComm. Is this a lot of end users? Because when you think of things like the Apple Vision Pro, that's like a super consumer-y kind of product. So is it a lot of like consumer facing stuff?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily consumer facing. A lot of this technology is kind of mixed in the middle, but I know they have a lot of end users, same as we would be saying like Meta. I know Meta makes products, but how they're using it in the office, large corporations, those types of things. Producers are big, like experiential practitioners, where they're creating those experiences on the more creative side of things. Investors and startups will be there, because obviously a lot of these companies are smaller and just getting started, because it's truly like bleeding edge innovation at this show. Yeah. I know a lot of them are looking for angel investors and all that stuff. We'll see creators, developers. I think all of the major brands will be there. A lot of them are doing presentations, and then typically job seekers and recruiters will be there too, looking like, hey, are you into emerging technology? Like, let's get you into this field.
Okay. So next question, when is the show? And then what kind of coverage does Launch Code have planned for the show?
So it's the week after InfoComm, June 18th through 20th in Long Beach. I won't be attending, but Gary will be there on the show floor. So if you see Gary there, be sure to say hi. I'm sure he'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, bother him.
Yeah, please bother him. That's the best way to describe it. We're doing a lot of interviews. We're doing episodes of Launch Code Decoded with some of the exhibitors to see what they're showcasing. We did an episode with Ori, who's the co-founder of AWE. He told us all about the show. It's really great. You should check that out on launchcode.com. We're doing written interviews with exhibitors, talking about what they're showcasing, a product preview, sessions you can't miss. Basically anything you'd want to know about the show, you can find at launchcode.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Megan. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about the show? Is there anything I did not ask you?
No, I just think that I think AV professionals should seriously think about attending the show. If you are somebody that is interested in future forward technology and how you can apply that today to things you're working on, you should definitely check it out.
Okay. And how can people read Launch Code?
Launchcode.com. That's LAVNCHCODE.com.
Awesome. Well, Megan, thank you so much for hopping onto rAVe TV and taking time out of your day to do that. And I'm going to head back and finish the show now.
Thanks, Steph.
All right. And just so that we can reiterate, that show is going to be June 18th through 20th. So kind of right after InfoComm. Yeah. So I am excited that Gary is just going to pop over there and check it out. So
yeah, he's just going to stay out on the West Coast for a little bit longer.
Just enjoy his time, I guess. So another one of our sponsors and partners, that this one has definitely been with us since the beginning. So this is Legrand AV, and we are going to talk a little bit about their government buying guide. So they have an entire guide that includes their TAA compliant products, because, Legrand has, 87 different brands under the Legrand umbrella. And so they built a guide that has all of these TAA compliant products so that you can choose the best ones for your government installs. And we have that linked. So if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to the PDF of the entire guide. It is free and you can check it out for free. And then the second link will take you to its federal government microsite on the Legrand website. So go ahead, check that out. And once again, thank you to Legrand for being with us since the beginning. Next up, we have one more kind of like rAVe thing before we get into the news. But Emily, okay. So 2024 Reader's Choice Awards. You've been doing this like longer than I have.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, our 13th, 14th year.
It's either 13 or 14. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure this is 13.
Yeah. So we've been doing this a while, and today is the last day that you can get your votes in. I am closing them at 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight. So if you've been putting it off, you better just do it, because I check the results and how we're doing on these every day, and some of these are within like 5 or 10 votes.
That's
So
crazy, especially with
like
the number of
with-
votes that we've received. It's like
yes.
one just keeps going, and then the others goes, and then the other. And the other.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yes.
a lot of them are
So-
really close. I'm
really close.
Yeah.
And there are some where, like, you know, there's a very, very clear winner, but there are at least 5 or 10 of these where it is within 10 to 20 votes. So if you've been putting it off, or if you're like, oh, my voice isn't going to matter, it does. So definitely
your
go
vote matters.
and vote. Your vote matters. So definitely go vote today. You don't have to vote in every single category. We have an option for, no, I don't want to vote in this next question. So you can just vote in the categories that you care about. So definitely go and vote for the categories that you hear about and care about. And then I'm really excited. We're going to spend some time counting up the winners, making sure to get all that stuff printed. And we're going to announce on June 5th. Just to give everyone time to get their materials and press stuff together ahead of InfoComm. And then at InfoComm, we're going to deliver the awards, the little medal awards that we print out. So we're really excited, and yeah, go and participate.
Yeah, this is always a really great opportunity to hear from you, our readers, our viewers, on really what you think is the best of the best in the industry, regarding from anywhere from favorite signal routing or AV over IP product to favorite display manufacturer to person of the year and favorite distributor. So, yep, we're excited about that.
Exactly. So the next piece of news, this is an interesting one. So this is, there's a company called Holoplot that is in our industry, and I'm sure you guys know who they are. So Holoplot is now owned by Sphere Entertainment, which, yes, it is literally that Las Vegas Sphere company.
Yes.
Yes. So I thought that was really interesting, because Holoplot is the maker of the the little sound like cube. They almost look like a square, and they're built.
I saw this technology at ISE like maybe 2-3 years ago. So this is really an interesting move that I think the Sphere Entertainment company has taken. But apparently they had some shares that they owned, and then they just recently announced that they've purchased all of the remaining shares. So yeah, they made their first investment in 2018. So when the two companies partnered to work on the sound system in Sphere, and then Holoplot just has been driving the live audio entertainment experience since the Sphere opened.
And I don't exactly know how it works. It's proprietary technology that Holoplot has developed within its Berlin office, but it's really, really focused on sound control. And so from my very rudimentary understanding, it is these little squares built within the inside of the sphere, and each one kind of pinpoints a little sound. So no matter where you were sitting, it sounds good when someone is playing.
Right.
So we have a little clip. So the most recent kind of performance that was there, that was really big, was when Fish performed at the Sphere. So I have a little 30-second clip so we don't get copyrighted. But check this out. And obviously it's different because this is a YouTube video. But apparently no matter where you were sitting, it sounded good. And one of our coworkers actually went and agreed, said it sounded amazing. So check this out. So you can go check out that entire thing on YouTube. It's very, very cool. And I am excited to see what Sphere does with HoloPlot now that they pretty much own this technology. I
Yeah.
think that this is kind of them being like, we don't want HoloPlot to go and put this in a competitor.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I think that they'll continue to develop the technology, advance it moving forward. And then if they decide to invest in more spheres around the world, that'll just further the technology and the advancements.
Which I have an inkling is kind of what they're seeing if they could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, let's see how this one at Las Vegas goes. Maybe we could eventually build one in New York City, maybe London. I could see them doing this around the world. So, all right, let's get into some other news. So, let's talk about Epson for a second. Epson has a new series of 4K laser projectors. These are for large venues. So, this is the EBPQ series, and this is kind of because more customers are seeking out immersive within their entertainment, and they want engaging displays, and also in everyday work and education. And so these 4K projectors offer a larger pixel density on screen, or a higher pixel density on screen. And so these have from 8,000 to 20,000 lumens of brightness. And then it says it includes the world's smallest and lightest 10,000 and 20,000 lumen 4K projectors. So
yeah, I'm sure this will be on display at InfoComm. You can stop by the Epson booth. Like their projectors have just gotten smaller and smaller and smaller every year as I've been in the industry. And it's crazy, the innovation and the research and the development that goes into these. And so I think that there's also a rants and raves that we've published recently with Gary Kayye and Gavin from Epson. So you can go and check out a little bit more and get a sneak peek of kind of what Epson is planning to do at InfoComm this year. They always have a great booth and with really great demos, just kind of pushing the envelope with all of their projection technology and partnerships. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of what Epson's going to do and just how they're going to advance their leadership role in projection technology.
Yeah. Well, last sponsor of the day is Shure, and they're going to be at InfoComm as well. Absolutely cannot wait to check out their booth. But as you guys might remember, Gary and I have talked about it before. They bought out STEM a few years ago. And so now Shure has the STEM ecosystem. So we're going to show you a short little 30-second video of the STEM ecosystem's room management feature. So check this out. Okay, so Gary and I emailed about this next story the other day, and I emailed him and I was like, I think I remember hearing about this a few years ago, but this sounds really similar to Logitech's Project Ghost, doesn't it? And he was like, yeah, let me write about it. So HP and Google have partnered, and this project is called Project Starline. And I think like Gary said, it began in 2021. And it is extremely similar to Logitech's Project Ghost. So it's kind of really calling back to like those telepresence systems of like the early 2010s, late 2000s. So I don't know what to call that, like before we get to 2010s. Basically early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s and 2010s. When we were really into those telepresence systems in conference rooms where it was like people sitting down, screen, and it's almost like we're beaming people into this area. So Logitech's Project Ghost is very much like that, but it's very much like of 1 to 2 people beaming in with 1 to 2 people. And this project is very, very similar. So they've kind of reimagined it since 2021. So this is supposed to give like a more realistic meeting experience. It's using AI, it's got 3D imaging and other technology for these video calls. And we have another short video to show you guys about it. So check this out.
Knew just what to say. Now I found out today that I know whenever you call me, I'll be there, I'll be around. Just call me on my phone, I'll be there, I'll never leave you alone. I'll be there, I'll be your ribbon and run, I'll be there.
Okay, so I thought that was really interesting, and Google actually wrote a blog about this. So if you scan that QR code, you can go to see our story on it, and then we include all of those links to HP and Google, so you can learn a little bit more about Project Starline. I think it's really interesting that we're kind of calling back to that area
Yeah.
of like it's just kind of like how any trend, even in fashion or really anything, like we kind of eventually call back to something.
Yeah, you always, I mean, history repeats itself, right? Like it's always, we're always going to go back and look for that kind of that, oh, what was this project? Did it do well? How can we advance it? So I think that that's probably something that was in the thought and the thought process of like introducing this product now and advancing it with the new technologies that are available.
And I don't know that the telepresence systems ever really took off because I think that they were very, very expensive. And so people be like,
expensive,
like, wasn't it like hundreds of thousands of dollars?
something like that.
So
yeah.
like people would be like, yes, I love this. It's a great idea. We'd love to use this for corporate, but that's not what our budget is. So I think now that we're reimagining this, of course, I think it's still expensive, but I don't think it is anywhere near
No.
like as expensive as that used to be. I think we've reimagined it, made it a little smaller and easier to put within your office. So I think that that's kind of what it is. We're looking back on, okay, why didn't this necessarily take off? Can we put a new spin on it so that it does take off this time? And I think that's what we're seeing in a lot of different facets of AV and technology right now. But anyway, so let's talk about this Chief Tempo wall, like flat panel in wall mount system. So this is an LCD mount, but it actually has storage. So I think that this is very cool. So Legrand says this is the first mount of its kind in the industry. So it includes in-wall storage and a flat panel mount that can be purchased and installed to accommodate all stages of construction. So if it's a rough-in or AV commissioning, it can handle all of that. Contractors can install in-wall boxes with the stud tabs kit. And so the wall mount kit can be ordered separately and delivered. It can add all of these different things. So I think that it says that there's like endless configurations of horizontal mounting patterns. So it can even accommodate like extra large and even some ultra wide displays. So I think that that is what makes it very different. It's very, very customizable and it can handle a lot of different sizes and shapes of displays. So very cool. And I think that it can accommodate up to 250 pounds.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was reading about yesterday, is that it can. So this will be an interesting product to see how installers and integrators use this to kind of minimize some of the flat panel. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but it'll be interesting to see how they utilize this and the feedback.
It's like the headaches with the installation process, right? It's like all of the cable management and where do we put the box? And like in a lot of pro installs that I have seen just out in the wild, they look terrible. Those boxes are just like zip tied to the side. And I'm like, please, it's so ugly. So this is just like a very clean, unique, all-in-one way to have a cleaner install. So I think that that's what's exciting about it. So another thing about Legrand AV. So
it's all over the place.
So all over. We're really covering Legrand today. So if you all have heard of this platform called Excite, Gary is all about that this year. Gary is like, Excite, love you. He has said that this is going to become the AV cloud platform of choice. So Excite is really interesting. It's kind of like helping you with your AV as a service. It's putting all the portals into one place.
Yep.
So that these integrators can manage and check what's happening instead of having to go to all these different places to check. They check in one thing. So Excite, to do this, is securing agreements with all of these brands across the industry. And they have agreements with Legrand AV, Avacor, HD Base T Alliance, Symmetrics, AV Pro Edge, Blue Sound, and there are a ton of others and others that are like currently signing and we can't announce it yet.
Yep.
So all of these companies are allowing Excite to manage their cloud initiatives. So it's really, really blowing up this year.
Yeah.
And so I think
it's beginning to become, according to Gary, one of the default cloud-based management ecosystems for the Pro AV industry and for Pro AV manufacturers. And they've received investments from Intel, Samsung, and BlackRock that have totaled about $30 million earlier this year. So that's a good endorsement from those companies for this platform. And I'm looking forward to see how this progresses over the rest of the year and into 2025 as more manufacturers see the advantage of partnering with Excite.
Yeah, people really believe in this platform. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Last little reminder. So we're about to close this as well. So you better just hurry up and answer it. This is the May 2024 temperature check. So we are interested in seeing if you are attending InfoComm. InfoComm is becoming more of an international show every day. And so I am interested to see if you're from another country, if you're from the US, have you ever attended InfoComm before? Are you interested in this? I would like to know. This is helping us to see who from the industry is attending. And there are other questions that I'm asking about what aspects of InfoComm do you find the most helpful and beneficial? What technology are you excited to see? That helps me coordinate my coverage. So please go and answer that. We're also giving away two $50 gift cards to 2 random people who respond. So at the, maybe you even earn $50 for doing this. At the very least, you just help me with my coverage. So why not answer it? It takes like less than 5 minutes. So scan the QR code, go and answer that. Last couple of things here before we wrap up. First thing, we have a hospitality symposium later today, which is very exciting. And you get 2.5 CTSRUs if you stay and join the entire thing. It's a couple hours long. So this is a few specialized sessions that we have geared toward the Pro AV industry and all about hospitality. So we've really tried to make these sessions creative. There are 4 of them. We're talking about things beyond the guest room. So when you think about hospitality, you think about the displays, the remotes, this, that, and the guest room. But we're thinking so much beyond that. We're thinking content in the lobbies. We're thinking like creating experience in every area of these hotels and other places. We're even talking about the best way to make your ballroom, because ballrooms are used as so much more. They're used as event spaces, something for trade shows, something for talks. So they're used so much. So we're talking about the best way to create those as well. So it's very exciting. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern later today. So make sure to register and join us.
Steph, I'm excited to hear, because hospitality is one of those kind of tangential vertical markets to our industry. So I'm excited. I'm interested to hear from experts who have extensive hospitality experience and understand from their perspective on, like you said, the best ways to utilize ballrooms for multi-purpose events and how we can go beyond just the welcome area in the lobby. I mean, I remember Gary saying years and years ago, like, hotels should consider making co-working spaces or renting out co-working spaces in their lobby, because, I mean, if you're going to a hotel for business, more than likely you're going to have additional meetings. And I particularly don't love taking meetings in my hotel room when I'm traveling. So I think it's a really great opportunity for integrators and all of the attendees to hear kind of from those experts' perspectives.
Exactly. So 2 more events I want to tell you about. One, Replay InfoComm 2024. That's going to be June 25th to 26th, 1 p.m. Eastern. So this is going to be me and Gary. We're going to rewind to our favorite parts of InfoComm, and we are going to walk you through our favorite parts of being on the show floor. We're going to walk you through some of our favorite products and tell you why we care about them. We're going to give you a show floor walkthrough to show you what we see through our eyes, because a lot of you that don't go, you guys like to see that. And we're going to talk about some of the events we went to, basically just give you things from our eyes. If you could not go to the show, this is kind of the best way to experience it that we could possibly give you. So join that. Once again, we're doing 2 days, June 25th and 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can register by scanning the QR code.
And also,
then,
one more side note for those of you who care about CTS credits. Replay InfoComm is pending 1.5 CTS credits for both days. So if you attend both,
nice.
I think it's a Tuesday, Wednesday. If you attend both Tuesday and Wednesday, you will get 3 CTS RUs pending.
Nice.
So
nice.
We'll have approval by the event.
Fingers crossed. So, okay. Launch week X or 10, whatever you want to call it. This is October 21st through 24th, 2024. And this is just the same launch week that we do twice a year, but this time we're having Ed Tech Day, Experiential Tech Day, Home AV Day, and then Pro AV Day. And we have really worked hard to build awesome, thought-provoking sessions that are going to keep you guys really engaged. And I think do we have CTS approval for that, or is that pending as well?
That's pending.
Well, we normally get 10 for the week. So it is 2.5 per day. Yeah. So if you just want to join one of the days or 2 of the days, that's totally fine. But go ahead and register so that it puts it on your calendar and saves your spot. I'm really excited about Home AV Day. We haven't done that in a while. We're talking about like those DIY upgrades and what it takes to kind of go back in and retrofit a lot of these things that were initially DIY with like your smart home or with any updates that you do to your home system. So I'm super excited to host that session, but we have a ton more. So go ahead, scan the QR code, save your seat, and we will see you there in October. So yeah, okay. I think that is everything. We've given you so much information to ponder, to think over until next Wednesday. Emily, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, anytime. I'm more than happy to be on here, as you know.
Perfect. Yes. All right. So we will see you guys later today at 1 p.m. for the Hospitality Symposium. Hope you join us. And if not, we will at least see you next Wednesday. Same time, same place on rAVe TV. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.